So the first thing you want to do is to go on canva.com and click on sign up to create your free account. Now once you made your account, you'll see that you're going to be given a lot of different templates that you can start off with. We're going to go to a file and create a new design. Now we're going to be using custom dimensions, but as you can see, you can choose from a variety of different templates, and we're going to making the width 1280 and the height 720 to make our thumbnail. And we're going to click on create new design. Now the top toolbar is used to modify your files according to what you have selected. Right underneath the top toolbar, you'll also have the option to add notes, add a new page, as well as copy the page that you currently have. And on the left side of the page, this is where you are going to be accessing all of the different kinds of content which you're going to be adding to your main canvas to make the sign that you're trying to create. Now, if you want to use a template, and all you have to do is click on the template and then go through whichever page you want to utilize. Click on it and it will automatically show up. Now once your template shows up, you can hover over the different components of this canvas. So once you understand how templates work, what you can also do is to go to photos and add a lot of the content that Canva already has available. Some of these are free, some of them are going to pay a royalty or access the pro version. We're going to be making a thumbnail for our cooking video, so we're going to be using our own image. So you can go ahead and go to Google Images. I want to find a pie on the table, so I googled pie on the table and I found this image. So I'm simply going to copy it and paste it to my canvas. Now once you have an item selected in Canva, you can see that the top toolbar has changed and you have a variety of different options and how you can modify the content that's selected. You can add various effects to it. You can add a filter as well as change the colors. So we're going to add the lines filter to change the hue a little bit. You can also adjust different components of the content by each of its variables. So I'm going to go ahead and click on adjust and then make the image a little bit darker because it's going to be the very back of the thumbnail. You can also crop it, but I don't need to crop it. So I'm going to click on done, and if you wanted to flip it, we could also flip it, duplicate it, and also align to the page. Now on the very right, you have the option to change the transparency of an image. So if you're going to do some text, for example, on top of an image you want to see image behind it, you can shift this bar. You can also go ahead here and link the image to any external links if you're making a PDF or a brochure or resume. And then you also have the option to lock an image. So what locking does doing in editing an image and you don't want to accidentally click on it, you can lock it. And then finally, if you wanted to delete it, you can press the delete button. All I'm going to do to this image is hold shift and drag outwards so that the image is the same size as the canvas. But an even faster way you can make your image is simply right clicking and clicking on set image as background, and there we go. It's automatically been fit to actually match the background. Now we're going to be adding elements to this thumbnail that we've created. Okay, I want you to ignore the trending elements, but you can see there are a lot of different elements that you can add to Canva that are already there, some of which are even animated, and they're all free to use, as you can see, because they don't have the pro icon. And I'm going to click enter, and as you can see, this pie looks delicious, so I'm still going to click on it, and it's going to show up over here. And because it's Canva element, now if I look at my top editing toolbar, I can actually modify the different colors of the pie. So if I was making darker pie, I could go to the color over here, and I could go to the new color and make it even darker. And so this is a very easy way to edit images, and elements are already inside of Canva. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this pie icon. I'm going to rotate it, which is available within the image once it's selected, and then duplicate it. And so now we're going to go ahead and look at the elements once again. And we're going to add a shape this time. So I want to add a square, which is temporarily free. And I'm going to change this back so that it's going to cover the left half. And then this is where I'm going to also add my text. Now one thing I want to do is want to bring these 5 icons in front of the square. So I'm going to go ahead, click on it. Then I'm going to click on the second pie. By holding shift, I'm going to right click and click on bring to front. And because each component is layered, it's going to bring the pies to front. I'm also going to change the color of this rectangle because I think gray is a bit bland. So once again, I can click on the component and the component settings come up at the top. I'm going to click on the color and going to make the color the same dark red. So as the 5 filling, and as you can see, that automatically saves your most recently used colors. I'm going to go ahead and add some text. I think this font looks really cool, and if I wanted to reference it, I can click on these 3 dots to get the name of the font. And to add to my thumbnail, I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It's going to auto-populate. As you can see right now, the text is broken down into 2 components, so I'm going to go ahead. Select the bottom component and delete it. Then I'm going to change the text of the main component and type in how to bake a pie. If I want to center align this text, I would go ahead, press Ctrl plus A, or just highlight it all, and then I'm going to go ahead to alignment, and it automatically shifts through the 3 different alignment options that there are. And as you can see, if I resize this text box as well, it will automatically adjust. Now I think that this text is also a little bit close together, so I can go ahead, select it, go to spacing, and then modify the line height so it's more spread apart like so. So as you can see, the text square now aligned, and now another way you can align different components by clicking on the first component, click on the second component. As you can see, the top component toolbar changes, and then you can either group the items. If you wanted to make them one item, you can go to position and you can go ahead and you can top align the text to the box. But we're going to go ahead and middle align it. It's already center aligned. Now Canva also has some other elements that you can add, which we're not going to be adding to the thumbnail. So you can go ahead and click on the music tab to add a branch of different songs. If you're making a presentation and want to add a video background, you can also go to videos, see all the videos content that are available. You add it in the same way, just by clicking on it, and then the settings for this video will appear at the top. So you can crop it, you can trim it if you only want the first 3 seconds of the video, for example, and then hit done. And then you can also go ahead and modify the volume once again. Now we're not done this thumbnail yet, as I want to add an icon of a baker on the right side so that the thumbnail grabs more attention. So I'm going to go ahead and go to uploads and upload all of my files. You can do this as you go, or what you can do is just add them at the very beginning so that it's much more efficient. And I'm going to add this image of a chef, and then I'm going to click on it, and it's going to show up on my thumbnail. I could once again add and edit the image at the top, just like how I would with the icons or any other. If there's nothing, I'm just going to move it over here to the right side, and then make the icon larger, and then drag it so it's so aligned with the text in the red rectangle. Now if there's certain content that you actually like, such as certain photos and background videos, you can actually like them and access them with where your likes are. And finally, if you click on more, you can also add their external components. For example, going on the YouTube video, you would just search for the video once again. There are some interesting things trending, but now we're not going to be adding any YouTube videos. You go to the file and save the folder. Then you can add this to the folder, or your Mac apps and whatnot. We don't have a folder, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to download this right now. And you can download it by clicking on this download button at the top right. Or you can click on publish and click on download. Now we're going to download it as a PNG at its regular size, but you want it to make it smaller or larger, you can drag over here. We do not want a transparent background because it's a thumbnail and it's a very small file. So we're not going to compress it, but you have the option to do so. And then we're going to click on download. And there you have it. Hopefully now you have a firm grasp on how Canva works, and you can use it to make your own designs. Now obviously Canva isn't as robust as Photoshop. You can use a magic wand tool or add drop shadows. But I think it's great at what it does.